would like to turn to Ivo, the founder of Evenness, is the founder of a startup specializing in providing Web3 AI and Metaverse solution for remote collaboration, learning, and co-innovation. How do you ensure that your solutions promote well-being and are inclusive and accessible for people from diverse backgrounds and abilities?
Inclusion, accessibility, diversity, equity, equality, any other word that relates to human rights has been not on top of agendas for centuries as we know it. Women had to march to get their rights. People with various abilities had to confirm that and prove that they're worth it. And, it's been a sporadic challenge for everyone to march on the streets to confirm that they're worth something and they deserve to have the chance in life, basically. Metaverse comes as a tool. It's not a hype. Like, okay, in the news you hear Mark Zuckerberg launched the Horizon Worlds, blah, blah, Facebook going meta. The thing is, Metaverse is not one company, and it's actually a tool to bring people together. And building that connected world takes an effort and takes marching. Whether you're marching on the streets, whether you're marching online, whether you're posting posts and saying like, I'm there with you, I'm supporting bringing world together, or I'm supporting your rights to be included in this whole technological innovation, revolution, evolution, name it. But what I've been missing, I've spent 15 years working with innovation labs, launching like a lot of cool stuff. But what I was missing is actually that human touch, the inclusion by design, human-centered approach. Because every business and every startup, in a nutshell, focus on profitability. Well, it's a business, right? What do you expect? As business, our intention to justify to investors that we make money. There's not so many startups unless they call impact-driven or unless they call non-for-profit organization. So that is their impact. But no one considers you to make money. So they say, you're a good guy, you do it well. You include people, great for you. Where's money? We don't give you money. So the whole thing is changing right now. It's just because all of us, communities, individuals, businesses, joined forces together and start marching in every single channel. And Metaverse is such tool, such a platform, such a channel. Web3 is another track, LinkedIn, TikTok, name it. But everyone started marching for our simple human rights. When the pandemic showed us we don't have to travel, cause CO2 emissions at such extent, build technology that is not inclusive of anyone. If I'm a person of color, I would be probably sitting on at most apps not included, financially, ethically, educationally. This is the momentum. So once you're building something, do remember that people are marching for the inclusion part. And accessibility not only across all the devices, mobile phones, computers, VR headsets that are bulky and very inconvenient, and people who actually have some limitations cannot use them. And so every time you design your technology, this is what you should be focusing on. How do you build it green? So our climate, our planet, our people do not suffer because we actually want to keep on going. Generations are coming. We do want to pass it on to the kids, ours, not ours. And then you also want to build it that is performing well and accessible by design to people of different backgrounds. Take a moment. If you are there developing, building, take a moment to consider what exactly it is. Because once you figure that out, that's where well-being starts. That's where you provide security and safety and welcoming approach to people, not to feel bullied, discriminated. I am done seeing only that at most of the panels. And I'm right now, if you want to know, I'm in the state of Alabama studying civil rights movements. I spent a few months here and I'm trying to understand what I have been missing, because you have a lot of history and knowledge to go with and grow with. In order to build something for the people, you need to take advantage of the opportunity that the world provides. Metaverse and well-being come together, but also cybersecurity and inclusion and diversity and artificial intelligence that actually makes it just super simple for all of us, guiding us into the new future.
What steps do you take to prioritize the well-being of your users in the design and implementation of your metaverse solutions?
We're building Inner City X. I'm not spending much more time to explain what it is and how. At Evenness. Evenness stands for balance. You go on LinkedIn or Twitter, so you just check EVE. It's not my name. It's actually Evenness. That's where I sourced my name from. Stands for balance, and the balance of numbers, and balance of species, and equality per se. The key thing for the design of solutions is listen to people, read the trends, read the media, see the vulnerabilities, try to relate. I have a whole list from my team who is the team is super diverse, right? We have different generations, we have different abilities. We have people with partial hearing, partial vision, ADHD, focus deficiencies, cognitive neurodiversity, and so on. This needs to be happening right now on your teams in order to understand how you build for those people. Because otherwise, you're building for, let me be honest, the privileged ones, 1% super healthy, super rich, and can afford everything else. Design starts with asking the question to your neighbor, to your family, to people you don't know on the street. What would make sense for you? And for example, like on our team, we have accessibility advisor. Their name is Zed, and Zed, hi, because you're going to be watching it or rewatching it. Zed has a nephew who is a boy, 6 years old, and the boy has special way of understanding things and learning things. So the boy thinks that he is a fish, and the only way he can learn is by being in the ocean. So when he comes to school, he cannot learn. It's not an ocean. But imagine, that's what we're building right now. Imagine with the click of a button, you can change the normal office virtual space into an ocean where the same content starts growing on coral reefs, and the fish as an avatar flows towards it to understand what is data science or what is generative AI. And then just makes more sense to certain profiles. So once designing, just ask questions. What makes sense for you? Because the more voices you hear, the more inclusive and accessible it gets. And I see Maria is nodding. I guess she also has something to add to this one.
I really liked your example about the guy who actually wants to be in the ocean to learn. I think that this is exactly what I think all of us experience at some point, because we are individuals, so we are not actually like learning the same way. So, for example, you might have a talent for example, learning by reading, somebody else from listening to other person. I might have, for example, the visual talent of learning when I see things or draw things. And actually, all of this can be possible in the metaverse. And it's actually the world that you're creating yourself or to your needs to understand how everything is working around you. And you can just customize it to yourself. You don't need to anymore to adapt yourself to your environment around, which is actually the real world. We are usually like living in the society built by many generations. We are living in the constraints. There are lots of barriers, and sometimes, or even like some of us might feel in majority of times not really comfortable in where we are living, in what country, etc. And actually with the metaverse, we may get out from this reality and finally maybe understand what is there outside, and then apply it to the reality itself to make the world better based on what we learned. So I would see Metaverse as a tool which we can customize ourselves, and we don't need to adapt anymore ourselves to it.